Hi friends, thank you so much for serving in the kindergarten through 5th grade classrooms on this Sunday, April 2nd, 2023. I am going to give you the quickest walkthrough video I've ever done because I'm not going to go through all the stuff that is the same as usual. We're starting a new memory verse. It is right there. It's on your board on the paper. I am going to walk you just through the memory verse lesson and the craft and activity, because those are the things that change each week. So because it is the first Sunday of the month, we are not doing a story from our Gospel Story Bible. We are instead doing the memory verse lesson. So this month's memory verse is Matthew 11:29, but because it's the week that we study it, we're going to go a little bit deeper with it. So we're going to look at Matthew 11:25 through 30. If you're in kindergarten through second grade, we talked about this at the summit. You can try to have them get all the way to Matthew 11:25 so that you can read it to them and they can see it, or you can just have them find the book of Matthew or Matthew 11. This can be kind of done differently each week as they're learning those skills. Just kind of see how long it's taking and don't spend, a half an hour trying to locate that verse. So you're going to read that verse, and then afterwards you're going to answer those follow-up questions and go over the memory verse again. Then, this is extremely important. If you are serving this week, you have the joy of going over the class rules and the consequences with the kids. We do have a craft. It's very short. I'll show it to you quickly before I do the rules because that's going to take longer. It is just the coloring sheet of this month's memory verse. So it's on both sides. They can color the letters on this side. They can trace them on this side. So that is what they can do after they do this very important activity. They are going to go over the rules and the consequences. So if you are downstairs, you already have boys and girls together. If you're in 3rd through 5th grade this week, we are only planning on this happening this week. There could be circumstances that we combine them down the road, but for right now, this is the only week that we have it planned. We are combining the boys and girls together. I'm going to take away the divider between the two rooms so that they are all sitting together, because this is a discussion that you should all have together. So the class rules are as follows. They are very simple. I will respect God. I will respect teachers. I will respect students. I will respect spaces and belongings. And I'm going to show you where I have that on the board. So if you are in kindergarten through second grade, it is just to the left of the bulletin board. It is right here. We're going to talk more about that in a second. The consequences are, step 1, they get a reminder. It is very important that this reminder is very clear, but also not done in a way that draws attention to them, because typically when they are not meeting the expectation, it is to get attention. So if you are upstairs 3rd through 5th grade, this is a great job for the extra person, that third person upstairs, to gently pull that kid aside and just say, this is your first reminder. This is your first consequence. This is your reminder. And if you're downstairs, again, there are 2 adults, 1 adult, gently talk to them. Do not talk about it in front of the whole group, because that gives more attention, and that is kind of probably going to feed into the problem. So reminder is step 1. Step 2 is they are removed from the activity, whatever they are doing. So if you are doing the craft, they have to leave the craft and come sit with an adult. If they are having a discussion, they have to leave the discussion. They're not allowed to participate in it. Whatever the activity is that they are not living up to the classroom expectation, they are removed from for just that activity. If they continue, this is when you contact parents. Now, this is very important. You have the ability to contact parents. You have that right. We would like to keep all of our kids with us, but if they've reached that third consequence, then you've reached a level of where they need to be somewhere other than in the classroom for that day. To contact parents, they all have their sticker on. They need to leave their sticker on their body because that has a phone number listed on it. If you are teaching upstairs, what you're going to do is the third person is going to bring that child downstairs, and you can contact the parent from down here. You can text them, you can try to call them on the phone. If you do not make contact with their parents, then you can go and into the service and get their parents out of the service, but do try to contact them via the phone first. So once you've gone over those expectations and consequences, you're going to talk more about what do these expectations mean? What does it mean to respect God and to respect teachers and students and space and belongings? Make a list together. What does it mean to do that? What does it mean to not do that? What does it look like when you respect God? When we do worship time, does it mean that you are singing to God, or does it mean you're playing with your friends? Talk about those different, all 4 areas of what does it look like to respect it and what does it not look like to respect it. When you are done, something that is probably going to be very helpful is at the bottom, there is a white space at the bottom. The kids that are here today can sign it. You can give them a marker and let them sign their name to the bottom, that they understand the expectations and the consequences. And that is the main activity for today. The other thing, after you've talked about what does it look like and what does it not look like, is we recently talked about the fruits of the Spirit. So I think it'd be good to go over those and talk about what fruits of the Spirit are shown in here. What does it look like to have love? Does that fit in any of them? Or joy? Or peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. I bet that they're going to list multiple in each area. It is in your lesson plan, so if you need to look back on the list of the fruits of the Spirit, you can pull it from there in your lesson plan. So after they list things that do or do not match those, have them also talk about the fruits of the Spirit that fit within each one. And that is it. Thank you guys so much for serving this week. If you have any questions, feel free to text me or ask me any questions you might have in person. We'll see you on Sunday. Thank you.